What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. We're gonna make this a very quick episode because I just got something to address very quickly, and it's something that's been coming up pretty frequently, especially since I've been doing a lot more pro SGC videos and making a lot of comments about my preference for SGC. And I've done this several times on the channel, and this is by no means going to be a PSA bashing video. If anything, this is just going to really be towards those of us who are submitting with SGC and buying SGC cards, and just overall the company and the product. And every time I talk about SGC as a better company over any other grading company out there, the initial rebuttal that I get is, well, they just don't sell for as much. And that's very true. They don't sell for anywhere near what PSA sells for, especially in a PSA 10 configuration. And they don't sell, I haven't looked and seen how they do against BGS 9.5s, but I don't think they do anywhere near what BGS 10s do. So there's a little bit of a stigma within the market that SGC slabs are just not worth what PSA and BGS are. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, because I think I think the reason as to why that is, those of us who sell and who grade with SGC and sell those cards are partially to blame. Myself included, and I'm throwing myself in this mix because I've been guilty of doing this. You guys know that the primary function for why I buy cards and grade cards is not to make money. I really just try to sell as much as I can when I buy multiples and grade multiples, in an effort to try to keep the higher grade ones at relatively low cost or no cost. That's kind of my goal. So I don't really think too much about ROI and that sort of thing that normal investors and flippers would be thinking about. But I do recognize that it's a big portion as to why the popularity of SGC cards are not what I feel they should be. And the reason why I say it's partially on us and we're part of the problem is because we're the ones selling the cards, right? We're the ones that are putting it on auctions on eBay, and no reserves. And those of us that are listing buy it now with a better offer are taking offers at 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents on the dollar, when we shouldn't be. Because I honestly feel that a card in an SGC slab is worth should be worth just as much as one in a PSA slab. There is no reasonable solution, or there's no reasonable attribute to a PSA card that is not true with an SGC card. I don't care how you cut it. If you want to think about the companies as a whole, PSA or SGC delivers faster. They have better customer service. And when it comes to the actual product itself, which is the graded card itself, SGC is more accurate and more consistent in their gradings than PSA. I also like the fact that SGC offers a half grade increments, and they also offer a 9.5 and then a 10 and then a 10 pristine, which is something that PSA doesn't offer. They don't offer a 9.5 and they don't offer a flawless pristine grade. And so I also just happen to like the slabs a little bit better. That's a personal preference. I understand that. But when you really think about what grading companies are paid to do and the value that they're supposed to bring to the cards themselves, in my opinion, SGC does a better job than PSA. So in all actuality, there's no reason why we should be selling our cards for cheaper and accepting 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents on the dollar for a card that should be worth just as much on its own merits. And I talked a little bit about that on the live stream that we did this past Sunday, and several of you seem to agree with me. So I wanted to kind of just put this out there as a video by itself, and just kind of address that one particular thing, because like I've said, I've challenged those of you who are supporters of PSA and stand by PSA to give me a reason as to why, other than resale, you stick with them. And I understand that they've had a legacy in the hobby. They were once a great grading company. They do offer this buyback guarantee if it's fake, or if it turns out to be fake or something like that. They'll reimburse you for the card, which is one thing that they have above SGC. I'm not sure that SGC does that to that extent, but so for that matter, I don't think it should be a 1-to-1, right? If a card is worth in a PSA 10 worth $100, then an SGC card should be $85, $99, $95, $90, somewhere around there. But this disparity that's between the two of a 40 to 50% reduction on the price just because it's in an SGC slab is just not. It shouldn't be warranted. It's not warranted. There is nothing there that should drive down the price of an SGC slab that much. And if we ever want those slabs, those of us who collect SGC slabs, those of us who take our PCs and submit with SGC, if we ever want to see that gap close up, and if we ever want our cards to be on par in value with that of an PSA equivalent, then we need to stop taking significantly less for our cards, start to value our cards a little bit more, and stop putting our cards out on the market for that big of a price drop. The consensus on the market is that you can pick up an SGC card for a lot cheaper than you can a PSA, crack and resub to PSA. Now, good luck with getting a 10 on that or a high grade on it, but that's the consensus, is that people are just buying high quality cards at a discount, and there's no reason why there should be a discount. So if you're one of those folks that is a SGC supporter and you just don't know why they're just not commanding the same price as a PSA card, partially has to do with the fact that we're listing them for half price, or we're accepting half price offers on them on the basis that it's an SGC slab and not a PSA slab. So we need to have a little bit more, in my opinion, I guess pride, if you want to call it, or have a little bit more, a reverence towards the company and the slab itself, to stand up and say, no, this card is worth, 90 cents, 95 cents on the dollar, what it would be in a PSA slab. And I honestly feel that it's worth that. So, I'm going to be a little bit more conscious as I'm selling off some of my cards. Again, like I said, the majority of what I do is really just to try to recoup some of the financials that I put out to get some of these cards graded. So I don't really think about ROI and all that stuff. If I take a hit, I take a hit. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, we are all card collectors, not slab collectors. We don't collect slabs. We collect the cards. And if a card is in good shape and it's a good quality card and it received a PSA 10 or it received a SGC 10, then you should be buying the value of the card, not the value of the slab. It should not matter. The value of the slab should not matter. What should matter is whether or not you feel the company that graded that card gave it an accurate grade. And if you feel the grade is accurate, then you should pay for the price of that card in that high grade, regardless of the company. Now, I say that not to say that like some of these newer companies that are coming out, they haven't really established themselves, but you should really take a look at the merits of the company. I'm picking SGC in particular because they've been around for quite some time. They're pretty well known within the hobby, within the certain space of the very old vintage baseball cards, tobacco cards, early 50s cards. They've made a name for themselves there, and for some reason we think that just because it's modern cards, it's going to be any different. I just feel like those two companies, in terms of how long they've been around and what they do, it's pretty much the same. One company, I feel, does it better than the other, and you guys know who that is. So, anyway, I just wanted to kind of make this video really quick and really just put my thoughts on that particular piece of my argument out there, because I know it's been the one thing that everybody brings up every time that I try to put out there that SGC is the best grading company out there. And it always comes down to, well, it doesn't sell for that much. Well, that's true. It doesn't. And I wanted to address that a little bit because I do feel like those of us who are selling our cards are at fault a little bit. So I know this is probably going to be one of the more polarizing videos that I do, because now I'm actually talking about money and value and things like that. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. How are you selling? What type of price are you taking? You know, in terms of cents on the dollar for your SGC cards, and do you agree with me? Do you not? If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know what you're doing. And hopefully you guys kind of take this into consideration and really start to put some thought into what it is that you're doing whenever you're selling these cards and putting them out on the market. If in fact you feel like you should be getting the same amount of money for the PSA equivalents. So as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for checking my videos out and subscribing and liking and all that good stuff. I'll be doing a live stream this Sunday. We're doing live streams every Sunday night, so you can join us for that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, you'll get notified. And as always, I love y'all. Peace.